And I mean, that Badlands match, that's kind of what I was talking about earlier with the Week 1 ESA. It's sort of a rematch, so Velocity looking to get their revenge on there. But we're up to the first mid already, of course. We are in the lower bracket already, so Ascent versus Velocity. Loser goes home with 5th/6th. This is a very important game for both teams. You lose, you're out. You move on if you win. So here we go. Marmalou looking to get in behind, just going in through choke, maybe re-aggress a little bit later in the fight. That's going to be right now. So Showstopper gets the first frag on the side, but Kryptonite Shamu going down. Nursey, no heals on the side of Ascent. Now big bomb by Showstopper. Can he get this frag? Finally does find it, but eating a lot of damage himself, down only 33 HP, healed up by Bear though. So with Bear still alive, Velocity should be able to drag out this fight and maybe win it. We'll see. There's only 2 players left alive on Ascent, but they've gotten a lot of positional advantage.
Oh, Badonsky, there's 4th on mid. He actually might be able to get Bear here. Bear coming back and hits the saw, pops it off. Oh, Bear with the Uber. He's going to stay alive, but he needs a teammate to come in. That's the Soldier right now. Crypt, he's back in, and he's going to try to force Badonsky out. And he's going to manage to do so. Velocity, they're walking in here. Ascent, it looks like they could potentially try to contest this. Yeah, they're coming in through choke. Patty with the heal beam. Nursey running in now as well. Sai going to try to back him up as the scouts for Ascent. They're getting aggressive, and Kryptonite just not able to do much. Not connecting spam rockets. He's going to get out of there, and Ascent, they will take it in the end. Massive mid for Badonsky. 4 picks. He essentially carried them that whole time. Showstopper was doing so much for Velocity, but Badonsky really just putting the team on his back there. You know, he said yesterday he felt like he wasn't playing well enough, and if he stepped up, that could be, you know, the one big difference that could take Ascent to the finish line in the tournament. And right there, Badonsky just going so huge on the mid.
And I'm just so amazed that Bear lived in that. He surfed the sticky and then managed to get the saw, pop it off, and somehow retreat back all the way across the mid to the end to his own side. I mean, that's completely crazy. That means that Ubers are going to be more or less even. It's not going to be a big enough advantage for Ascent to push off of. We'd be a very different story right now if Bear had died in that situation. So now it's a lot more even. Yes, Ascent won the mid. They're technically at a very slight advantage, but at this point of the game, it still could go absolutely either way. Only 2 minutes in at this point. So Marmalou looking to get a big high bomb in onto the second point, just sort of taking a few jumps, finds a big combo of players, but Shamu does take him down in the end. He doesn't really get much for his troubles. So we'll see if there's a response on the side of Velocity. Looks like they do have a Soldier and Kryptonite already up on top of that bell tower, trying to get the damage down onto the medic, but can't quite get it fast enough and not really hitting the rockets he needs to.
Yeah, both Soldiers just trading out there. Marmalou doing a lot of damage to no avail, and Ascent now 1 down, actually. Crypt went so late that Ascent, they're going to actually have an opportunity to push 2 here. When the Ubers are traded and it's all said and done, Crypt might be up in time with the respawn. Actually, Ascent is taking a very long time to do anything here. Patty just now working through the cafe. He's just checking for these sticky traps, but not enough as Jarrett's just laying down the spam. And at this point, Ascent, they don't really have a chance to push. It looks like Marmalou is edging up on the flank. It looks like he might try to go for a bomb again. Kind of a wasted opportunity potentially there from Ascent. They do have some other options though, like this is certainly a situation you could see Boar go sniper, pushing into Sunshine 2. There's so many sight lines with the flank and cafe for a sniper to work, so that's a potential option here, and aside from that, we might just be waiting for the Marmalou bomb at this point though.
And I kind of like that play, you know, Ascent keeping it a little bit safe. We're just getting into the match. They know that this is going to be a very close one, so sort of playing it more safe. Marmalou with a big bomb in, again going right to that combo he found last time, but again, taken down by Showstopper. Showstopper, however, gets the next player who ran in. That was Boar. So no success finding on Ascent. They got 2 down, and I expect Bora will maybe come up off an off class.
Yeah, 2-man there from Ascent, and actually the Uber comes in. Oh no, Badonsky goes down. That's really poor from Ascent, and now the Uber's popped off. This could be very dangerous for them, but that Uber's going to last so much longer as the Velocity combo. They're running out of choke there. Pete trying to regress, but Marmalou gets a pick on a Showstopper. This could halt the push here for Velocity. If they commit, it might turn into an overcommittal and a full team wipe. Ascent, they're playing the flank, and Nursey actually on the Crypt with the arrow. That's another huge pick. Ascent is definitely going to come in now. Velocity needs to get out before there is no time left for Bear to run. They are going to be out of there, so Bear's going to stay alive with 50%, actually an advantage over Nursey, who wasn't building throughout. Marmalou peeking through the cafe, trying to hit those directs onto the scout. Not able to do so, but Ascent, they are going to continue pushing into 2 here off those picks.
Yeah, they managed to just get so aggressive, and they're going to just bully their way onto this second point or so. Bear, despite having a big Uber advantage, like 40%, they are going to give up that point. I don't think they realize how big it is. It's just a built advantage, so it's kind of hard to tell you. But when you're facing one of the best medics in the game, in the world even, you assume that she's building correctly, but I guess no harm, no foul on the side of Ascent. So they're going to be content just to sit here on second, continue taking it slow, 1 point at a time, 1-1-1. Here we go. Pete is on the sniper, or trying to get some picks here as he's looking into the second point.
Yeah, Pete really is one of the most dynamic players playing the game currently. He really has no qualms doing whatever he wants, and Velocity, they're open to letting him do it. He is by no means chained in any way. He can do what he wants. So looks like the double stack's coming in here. Boar running in top right. No one looking at him. He's actually on to Bear. Huge meat shot.
Perfect.
Uber force. So now Boar is going to be going down at some point here. Velocity taking a long time to do it, so they're not going to be able to gain much ground off this. Maybe send in a soldier sack. Yeah, Kryptonite. He's peeking that shutter door, and Showstopper through lower. Showstopper is actually in on the flank, but Patty going to take him out. Nursey with the second frag of the game. That's a 2-kill streak, and actually a pick onto Shamu, who's a little too aggressive, and this could convert into a round if Ascent they get aggressive here. It looks like they want to push into the top left. That's Patty already in. Teammates rushing in behind him, but no time on the point yet. Not a lot of positioning for Ascent, but the soldier bomb's coming in. Marmaloo in deep, doing damage. Psy cleaning up. Kryptonite doing what he can, but so many Ascent players alive on the point, and that's the first round for Ascent.
All right, 1-0. Gonna go in the favor of Ascent. A pretty fast round, about 6 minutes there, so a lot of time still on the clock, but you know, it wasn't a lot of back and forth that we saw. Velocity, they didn't really win any fights, but I mean, they were doing a good job of at least holding off the bombing players and the sacks. It took Ascent a few tries here, so this mid-fight last time went very, very close, down to the wire, only a couple players left alive, so this time Jarrett rolling out on the left, just avoiding that sticky first before he can spam some down of his own. See what he wants to do on this mid-fight. Nobody down just yet. Players just arriving now. The Sunshine mid. Marmaloo maybe finding some players on the flank. We'll see if he can get a frag at there. A couple of aggressive players on the side of Ascent. Marmaloo the first one onto Shamu. Saigai out with that shotgun. Gonna be able to win the soldier one when he's just hiding. Can he get away? No, he cannot. Showstopper pistol down by Patty. And Asai with 4 HP, just barely surviving. I mean, it's only Kryptonite left alive. This mid has gone much, much poorer for Velocity than the first one. If Kryptonite can get the medic or something here, but he's in such a tough position. If he can maybe jump around, but too much damage. Boar takes him down.
Oh, he's going to go down, and that's 5 frags from the Ascent scouts on that mid. Patty claiming half of them. So a mid win for Ascent. Marmaloo just with that bomb, the solo soldier in, and Ascent, they followed up from every position. It was a perfect aggression, so they're going to take that mid, and now Velocity setting up on last with the defensive class as Shamu actually going for the big play here. As Bear trying his best to build this Uber up, and Nursey with a 70% ad, you know that they want to go. Last time, they went from the left, so we'll see how they opt to push this time.
Yeah, Velocity do not have a whole lot of time if they want to set up their defenses, and Shamu definitely just got caught out there. Poor decloak by him, and that's going to mean it's a 100% Uber charge and a 5v6 as the center rolling at this last point. There is a soldier here trying to get aggressive. Showstopper doing the best he can, but when everybody on the enemy team is all shiny, this is really tough. Spam some stickies down. Jarrett and Bear, the last 2 players left alive, and the Saigai pocket soldier just cleaning up some damage, and that's going to make it 2-0 Ascent. They've been so dominant so far.
Boar and Patty just with huge frags throughout the round, and the problem is when you go for that play that Shamu did, it's so high risk because of the odds of you getting the stab, but not only getting a stab, but doing it in time, because you know that Nursey has the Uber. You know they're going to come in. The time frame in which to get that stab is so small, and just more than likely you're going to go down. So it's a huge risk from Shamu. It didn't pay off this time. Jarrett rolling out from the flank.
Yeah, the Demoman kind of predicting where he's going. Already so aggressive, but he's got the pipes. Marmaloo getting shut down. He's just trying to get some damage down early on Demoman, but Showstopper not quite receiving the same treatment. Does get the frag on, but don't use that's 2 frags already. Saigai trying to clean up, get some revenge frags in here, and with that shotgun almost gets the frag down onto Jarrett, but again cleaned up. It's only Nursey running all the way back to last. Finally something good for Velocity.
Yeah, Nursey way out early. That was such a smart mid from Velocity, recognizing that the crux of the mid wins for Ascent had been Marmaloo pushing into their flank. They just decide to roll out flank, and Jarrett, 2 ultra clean pipes just down into them immediately. So well played by them, and now in position to claim their first round here. 100% on Bear. Nursey did live, so we were coming up for Ascent, not as quick as Velocity though.
Yeah, especially with these defensive off classes that they're already setting up. I mean, I doubt Velocity are going to be able to immediately roll in here, but that's all good for them. They can still take their time at this point. So there's still 20 minutes left in the game. A lot of opportunities to get back in it if you're Velocity, so you're not feeling bad at all. Players just switching off classes back and forth, trying to decide what they want on the side of Ascent. I think they thought that push might be coming in a little bit faster than it did. So now changing to more suitable off classes. So we'll see. I mean, in our first Ascent game we saw today, Mela, this didn't work out too great. Boar on Sniper. He's going to hit the body shot, and Kryptonite gets in, gets the frag on a Marmaloo. That makes it a 5-on-4 right now. Boar's going to be peeking through this shutter, maybe. We'll see what he wants to do. Wrap around. Bear's kind of hiding in that lighthouse, so it's going to be really tough to get a snipe onto him.
Yeah, Boar just going to try to find some sort of angle to work with, but it's tough from this position pushing out because really all you have is the shutter door, which is not peekable. So you're kind of just left with the position he's in right now, which is not an easy one to peek. He's actually so low, he's barely going to get out of there alive. So pushing out. That's one of the issues with this map, running sniper on last. There's good sight lines when you're playing in the spawn, but when you're in that situation where they send in the sacks and you want to get a wider peek, there's just no wider angle. If you go through lower, you're just looking up at the point, so anyone on the platform is out of sight. It's really only that Bat's position, and actually, Pete running in a lot, he's going to go down to Psy, and actually the Soldier as well. Force comes out, so Psy with the 2 picks, but Uber pop from Nursey is going to be the main issue here for Ascent. They got to push out, and Boar still on the sniper peek through the shutter. Psy just making his way out of there. Headshot rings out, but no frag. Psy in deep, but not connecting the rockets. Actually, another headshot from Boar. He's just keeping the soldiers at bay with headshot. Psy on its 3rd frag. Shamu down. Uber pop from Bear. So Ascent with a chance to get out of here, and Patty on the engineer with a gun up. It's going to be so difficult for Velocity to actually try to make it into last at this point. So now Nursey just with an ad. I would expect Ascent to at some point here switch off these off classes and gear up for the push.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing already. You see Boar going back to his main class. So with this, it was a great hold by Ascent. They managed to turn a bad situation to a very good one. So 70% already on them, only 35 from Bear. As long as they're counting correctly, I expect them to be able to push out from here. And knowing Nursey, I would certainly expect them to have been counting correctly. So sort of working their way forward already into lobby. You can tell Velocity playing a little bit more passively. Of course, they don't want to get completely stomped on by this Uber charge, but also would like to make sure it gets forced out if possible. So bomb in by the Soldier now. Jarrett trying to make sure that doesn't happen, but Psy Guy does get taken down in the end. They had to pop their Uber charge off, seeing if they can get some frags, but so far it's just been a 1-for-1 trade. Now they might get an opportunity, but already Bear has his, and they're running forward. A lot of frags here. Badonsky, Boar, both getting taken down. They do lose Kryptonite here, and there's a lot of scattering happening from Ascent. None of them are back on last, and you can tell that the Scout, Medic, and another Scout are already all the way back here. Nobody on Ascent is going to get there in time, and that's going to be 2-1 for Ascent.
Velocity, they make it happen with the back cap. Just excellent read from Bear and Shamu, able to get in behind. Showstopper had such a great Uber. The problem was Ascent, they popped so early, and dropping Psy, they just weren't able to get onto that combo, and Bear, just on the cusp of getting his Uber, he just hung on and managed to get it, and then as soon as he did, Showstopper cleaning up the overly aggressive Ascent scouts who are trying to find that pick onto their medic. So well played to Show, as now we're on to this 4th mid of the game. Velocity opting for this flank rollout again, trying to negate Marmaloo's effectiveness.
Yeah, last time this mid worked really well for them. They're going to try it again, see if it can happen for them. Soldier thrown way up in the air, just missing that air shot. Psy Guy can't quite land it, but still, Soldier taking quite a bit of damage. Thrown another one up in the air, and can't hit that one either. Kryptonite in a good position to get some spam down, but again, being jumped up, and he's only on 6 HP. He's going to need to get an arrow back from Bear. Gonna find it, still only 1 down on each side. It's a Soldier on both. So nobody really in position to take this decisively, but Psy Guy getting that frag on a Shamu might just be enough to tilt the tides. Not really done on the side of Velocity, but a big bomb by Psy Guy. Can he win the Soldier 1v1? Well, Patty's going to come clean it up, and with that, Velocity are safely out onto second.
Yeah, well played from Psy, just managing to get a high amount of damage from a long range with the rockets and shotgun. And actually, we're coming out into 2 already from Patty. They do get the force onto Bear, but trouble for Badonsky as he's caught on the flank and he goes down. And actually another scout caught in, so Ascent, they're trying to protect their players who are caught in, but a dangerous position for all of them. They're going to back out of the choke, but now Velocity, opportunity to push, no sticky traps to worry about whatsoever. And you can see Showstopper, he's wanting to go through choke, and Velocity a little indecisive at the moment. They're gearing up, they're trying to get buffed. Soldier Bomb coming in, that's the double pogo. And now the Scout running in as well. Bear distributing the heals, but Psy's on the flank right behind Bear. Bear so low in the corner, he's somehow still alive. Bear not down, the bomb from Marmaloo. Ineffective, he goes down. Psy does finally clean up Bear. He was hanging around in that choke for so long, and now it's just Nursey and Badonsky alive. And actually the Soldier's already in chasing Nursey. Nursey has to be careful. What a surf! Oh, and the arrow as well. Nursey just on the move, trying to get out of there. Almost hit the juicy airshot arrow, but no, unfortunately, Boar is just going to clean up that frag for Kryptonite. And now 1 down on the side of Velocity, Nursey with a 50% ad off that crucial pick that Psy got on the mid fight onto Bear. So position here for Ascent to potentially push mid now. Velocity just going to gear up and try to get the force. It actually looks like Ascent want to go without the Uber potentially.
Yeah, they're walking in through this right side. If they can go in through Cafe and maybe work their way in without having a pop, that's best case scenario for them. Patty already in on top of this house, trying to get some players out. Again, if there's any bomb that Velocity can make, they got a lot of damage down onto Jarrett. He's pretty low, only going to about 16 HP, but managed to get back down onto that second point. So nobody on Velocity really trying to get aggressive with that. Nobody trying to force that Uber charge out. Nobody saw an opportunity. 75 from Bear already, which means Ascent want to keep on with this aggression. They're trying to take down a couple of scouts here, but Saigai does get taken the better of by Kryptonite, so that makes it a 5-on-6 right now, and Patty's still roaming around. Velocity are just going to be getting 100% now, and it looks like they almost want to take a fight. Pete's sort of fighting in the shutter area, and yes, they are going to pop the Ubercharge off onto second before Boar just capping that point off. Now Shamu looking for some frags as well. Of course, the counter pop did come out from Nursey, but it's a lot better of an Ubercharge. Kryptonite getting taken down in this, and this could be kind of going bad for Velocity. If they went aggressive here and it doesn't work out for them, they're definitely going to be regretting that decision. Kryptonite down for 12 more seconds. Ascent, they could try to push off this 5v6 advantage, but of course, with no Ubercharge, it's going to make it a little bit difficult to get in. Still no off classes on the side of Velocity as well, but with Kryptonite up in 1 second, I don't think they're going to be pushing.
Yeah, Uber's even here, and Ascent, they're just going to post up in lobby. Pete on the sniper spends a whole lot of time on that class, and now Ascent, it looks like they're going to just try to hold down the lobby, which can be dangerous. Of course, Soldiers often peeking lower, right, left. I mean, it's one of those last holds where Soldiers can get aggressive spam really often, so it can be dangerous to hold lobby sometimes, but Ascent, they are going to have the Uber here. They're partial to the double suicide, so they'll probably end up sending in Boar and Marmalou here, or just Marmalou at some point. But right now, just stalemated out. Of course, Velocity down by 1, less than 15 minutes left on the clock. Still half the game, though. More than enough time for Velocity to get around back. And it looks like Marmalou, he's going to go in here. He is in on left, fighting the Soldier. Oh, what a nice jump from Crypt. Just barely staying alive. And Boar going to go down. Actually, the rebound now. Marmalou in again. Going to go down, not able to connect any significant damage onto Bear. So now Velocity with the 2 picks. Good time as any to push.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be their attempt. Of course, they got to watch out for the back abs. They got to watch out they don't just lose a fight, but already walking out onto the second point. Getting Badonsky is going to really help them in this. They do force the Ubercharge on Nursey very early as well, so Bear's Ubercharge is going to last just a little bit longer. And Patty's kind of caught out. Shamu and Showstopper in a great position to clean up that scout player before he can do any real damage. They are still having 1 in. Now if Boar can get something crazy, but I don't think he's already all the way back to his team. Looks like Saigai's going to clean up Shamu there, and still sort of poking into last, but Velocity not going to risk it anymore, choosing just to back off. I mean, safe play by them.
Yeah, clean rocket from side, down Shamu there, and that'll close the fight. Actually, it looks like they want to just maybe push in right here. So much damage going in onto Showstopper, but he's going to manage to stay alive, probably just go to that cabinet. I mean, Ascent, dangerous situation again. Badonsky keeps getting dropped pre-Uber. This is maybe the 2nd or 3rd time that's happened. Yeah. And it's really cost them because in that situation where Patty was fighting all the players in lobby, Badonsky was there getting the spam, and that could have been huge. But actually, Patty opening it up with a pick on a Showstopper. He's going to go down, though. This is just going to be a 2-man suicide as Marmalou in. He is going to go down as well. Such a low HP, just jumping around. Or he'll just run out. He does opt to run out, so both Showstopper and Patty on the respawn screwing around. So Ascent still holding lobby, which is a dangerous position. Badonsky down again to Shamu. Badonsky is dying way too often, and actually in behind eats a clean direct again from Marmalou. But every time, just trading a scout for a demo, that's a great trade. And that wasn't as detrimental a situation for Ascent to lose their demo as the previous when the Ubers were being traded. But it just signifies an issue here that's at hand for Ascent, where Badonsky is just being he's being left by his teammates. You can't expect a demo to protect himself from a scout. You need a scout to help him. So something with the Ascent comms there maybe, but they're going to have to fix that.
Yeah, absolutely. A Soldier is in here now on this left-hand side. Does get Kryptonite. Boar was able to clean up on that one, and still in on these players, just forcing them back into spawn.
Oh my
God, so much
Marmalou.
damage from Marmalou as well. Already getting time on point. This might just be a push from Ascent.
They just
are going to pop it off.
Point?
What?
Oh my
gosh. What's that?
That was Boar and Marmalou. One thing that Marmalou has on Roamer, which many Roamers do not, is the pain train. He gets that 2 times on the point, and that was a huge factor there. If he didn't have the pain train, they might not have actually capped that. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have. So Marmalou with the pain train makes it happen. They went for the double sack, but Marmalou hitting such clean rockets, Boar with the cleanup, just, I mean, lucky for Ascent in a way, but Velocity, just not the right positioning.
Just over 11 minutes remaining in this map. Velocity Esports got to pick up the pace if they want to win this game, and I know they want to win this game, so we'll see how this mid ends up going for them. Already a big bomb by Marmalou, getting so fast into the players in flank, but eating a lot, not really focusing very well. But Badonsky does get Bear for the first frag, so that means no heals on the side of Velocity, going to make it a little bit more difficult for them to get some frags. Showstopper does get taken down, and you see there's a player over on the right-hand side as well. Saigai Maybe trying to get something aggressive. Kryptonite coming in for the bomb now. Does get onto the scout, but
with 4.
cleaned up so quickly. Badonsky's been doing so well on this mid, and despite dying in the last couple of rounds a little too often, he definitely has pulled it out so far in round 5.
Badonsky is just blowing up velocity on these mids. I mean, they do not have an answer for him there on the one. That's his 5th on the Shamu. 5 kill streak for Badonsky right now. That's just insane. Ascent's already basically last. That's 6 for Badonsky. He's going off. Takes a bit of damage, so he's going to get healed up, but at this point, Ascent, they're going to be able to cap 2, and 2 players on velocity down. Potential to just push in here, maybe get the early peak while there's less spam as Showstopper still staring at that respawn screen. But no, they're going to be holding off in lobby, and they're just going to regroup on that second point. They do get the cap finally. Just Badonsky's so effective on these mids, and Bear going down instantly, just, you know, that spelled disaster for velocity from the get-go. Walking
in lower now. They are going to pop the overcharge off, leading on the Soldier and the Demo. Now coming in, we see Fragging behind. Marmalade does get Kryptonite Shamu down as well. That leaves only 4 alive on Velocity, but there's a lot of sticky still on point. Patty taking down Showstopper. Some great rockets coming out here on this last point. That leaves just Guy alive and trying to retreat back out to second. A disastrous push. It was over basically in a blink of an eye, but Guy, the lone survivor for his team.
Show's doing so well right now. He's getting multiple pixel fights. Pete just not connecting the shots inside, just shooting the ground as the Soldier does, and 2 quick rockets end the attempt from Pete. So now Ascent in a position to start building Subers. Bear just finally respawning, about a 30% ad for Ascent. If they build hard, they might be able to make the push in here. Velocity, they're opting for some sort of defensive setup, and actually potentially an aggressive play here from Pete.
Yeah, Showstopper now still jumping around this last point. I mean, with this Ubercharge advantage, we could see Ascent try to work their way in, but at the same time, I mean, it's a 3-1 game, 9 minutes remaining. They could just take it slow at this point. It's basically how they want to play it. Obviously, if you can make it a 4-1, that would be even better, but it's only about a 30% Uber advantage. They're going to choose to go in anyways, and they got to watch out for this gun, which they just have found to the back of them. But Guy so quickly, immediately onto Bear, meaning that even if they lose this fight, as long as they keep their medic alive, they're going to be doing so well, but it doesn't even matter because it's 4-1.
Look at that Soldier damage. I mean, Marmalade just locking down the spawn. It's just fat damage as they walk out of there, and Sai with the shotgun combo onto Bear. So excellent play in that round from Ascent. That was potentially one of the quickest ones they've had so far. So at this point, Badonsky has just really been carrying on these mids. I mean, Bear going down early, that just can't happen for Velocity. They need to keep him alive. They were doing better when they were playing a slower, methodical game and just denying Marmalade. So I kind of like to see them go back to that.
Yeah, Badonsky, I mean, he's always just here so much faster than Jared is on these rollouts. And Jared goes a different way, but still, I mean, you'd like to see him getting here a little bit faster. Showstopper the first frag in this match, or in this round, even getting taken down by Sai. And a couple more following up as well. We see Jared trying to hit some pipes with these players up above him. But, I mean, again, it's just all going in favor of Ascent. It's only Bear left alive on second. He's still being pressured in. Can the Soldier take him down? No, he can't. Bear's going to be able to save his own life. But, I mean... Is it even going to matter? He's still being chased down. It's not.
Oh, Patty with 2.
And that's a 5 kill streak right now, so he went pretty big on mid as well. So excellent job to him this round, and they're looking to make it a 5-1 game right here.
Yeah, Patty's going off right now, and that's what they need him to do. I mean, keep in mind, he didn't look so hot in the game earlier against Froyo, and that was one of the things really holding Ascent back. But in this game, Patty is going off. Badonsky making it happen on the mids, and it seems like at this point, Velocity just don't have an answer for Ascent on mid. The amount of damage that's being output by Sai and Badonsky, it's just keeping all the Velocity players at bay. They keep going, returning to the heals to Bear, but then the positioning is lost, and Ascent, they're just gradually pushing across the point. So Velocity just not able to find the answer right now. Is Showstopper actually on the sniper, but Uber's going to get popped off in top left. They have to get this gun down, though. And actually, that's Sai in deep with the shotgun, but he's not able to get the combo this time. So Ascent trying to do their best to get on the point, but with 2 down Velocity, they should be able to hold this, actually. Marmalou in, Nursey down to Crypt, so this is probably going to be a hold. It's Boar down. It's just Badonsky on the side of Ascent running out of there. He is going to be able to stay alive, but Velocity doing a great job defending. The gun didn't go down so quick. Cap time didn't come, and Bear staying alive. That's huge for Velocity.
Yeah, now if they're going to be able to come back, this is really where it needs to start. 6:25 on that clock, 4-1 on the scoreline. Very possible for Velocity Esports. They want to get 3, best case scenario, 4 or 5 rounds in the time remaining. It's certainly possible, but it's not going to be easy, especially against a team like Ascent already. We see the Soldier in here, Kryptonite trying to deny him, and looks like Pete's going to be able to help him out there. Marmalou not able to get anything with that bomb into second. So now they have a player advantage. Velocity can once again walk forward with this Uber charge. They have built up to 100% already. Nursey only at at 45. So there's no way Ascent can fight this battle. They're just going to have to get back off onto second. And yeah, they're taking it 1 point at a time, and Velocity, they're looking good to maybe get their second round on the board.
Yeah, keep in mind Velocity with only just 5 minutes, 45 seconds on the clock. They're going to be running into two here. Uber popped onto Shamu, who's going to try to find the pick, but a bit of a juggle might just save Marmalu's life, and it does. He skirts out of there lower just with a little pogo, and now Shamu going to be capping the point with the rest of his team. Nursey at 100%, and actually they're going to contest. Zai launched into the air, trying to land on the point, but not able to connect any of the rockets. The Velocity players just scattering like roaches. They're all over the place now. Some of them trying to get into last, but Badonsky's going to hold down lower, and actually, Jared and Lobby with a double pipe. Down goes Badonsky. He's still there, trying to connect the pipes now onto the scout, but Patty on the flank as well. Just shoots him in the back with the help of his scout buddy Boar, and now ×4 on the point for Ascent. Zai alive as well, but Bear managing to stay alive again, so advantage in the hands of Velocity, but bear in mind, they are down by 3 rounds, 5 minutes left on the clock, that's more than enough time. They're going to need to get this first round soon as Shamu is in, and actually Boar goes down, a bit overextended there. Pete helping out Shamu, and the 2 scouts take out the 1, so Velocity going to be able to get 2, and actually, wow, Badonsky gets a pick on a crypt that looked so bad. Patty running through the shuttered door. This is just such a chaotic fight now. Ascent doesn't want to give up the second point. They don't want to concede a single round to Velocity despite their score differences. The Ubers popped onto Shamu and Lobby.
Yeah, Nursey got a little bit disconnected from her team, and with only 55% Uber charge, she should be going down here. Shamu, that pistol does take the frag on her. Bear did get cleaned up as soon as that Uber charge faded, and Shamu going down as well means there's not a whole lot of players left light on Velocity. It's just a couple of soldiers, and Size in on last. Kryptonite's getting taken down. This could be the end showstopper. I mean, where even is he at this point? I don't think he's anywhere near the fighting.
No. Showstopper is way out. Patty on a 7K right now. Ascent going to reclaim that second point, and through all that chaos, 4 minutes now left on the clock. Still enough time for Velocity, but they're going to have to go fast. Uber's not in play right now, so they really do just need to get these buffs and go. But actually, Ascent, even though they could, opt to just go for a defensive hold and wear down the clock, they're going to try to take mid. They're going to get aggressive here. Kryptonite in behind in the cafe, doing what he can. As the rest of Ascent, they're kind of just gathered up on the side of the point. Velocity not getting too aggressive. Soldier trade. Show and Marm just blow each other away, and now Ascent, they're kind of just trying to kill these players on the flank. As Velocity, they're all over them in the cafe. Sai cleaning up with the shotgun and the rocket. Boar, scattergun frag onto Bear, ends it. And now Ascent getting aggressive in a situation where many teams may opt for a passive approach, but it works for them, and Badonsky sticking off the spawn. It looks like an easy 2-cap as well.
Yeah, at this point, with only 3:22 on the clock and Velocity in a position like this, I mean, they're doing this thing again. They're refraining from capping that middle point and just leaving everybody on Velocity stuck in that forward spawn, building up their Uber charge even further than they already have it with that advantage. So, I mean, the Pyro doing his best. I appreciate the effort there, but eventually does have to take that back spawn. So that leaves Velocity on their last point, and okay, good. I was like, did they not see that spy just decloak? But no, they are going to be able to take down Shamu and Showstopper at the exact same time. So Kryptonite down as well. That leaves only 3 players left alive to defend last, and I mean, Jarrett's a good demo man, but he's not going to kill 2 Uber scouts just running into his face, and with that, it is going to be a 5-1 taken before the time even runs out.
Absolutely. Impressive game from Ascent there. I think fixing a lot of mistakes that they had earlier in the day, and some of them as simple as hit your shots.
Yeah.
And that's what we saw in this game. I mean, against Froyo,